But when it came to Seth Rollins, he looked pissed. He wanted to fight him. It was like an old episode of Jerry Springer. Like, everybody was just trying to hold him back. You had Corey Graves out there trying to help him. You had referees, you had security helping him out. And a lot of people ask the question, is this kayfabe or is this shoot? Is he really this upset about CM Punk being there? Because we already know that they have history. When it comes to Seth Rollins and him having a problem with somebody, it runs deep. It doesn't matter if we're talking about him, if we're talking about Cody Rhodes, because remember, they said that they almost fought when Cody Rhodes got there. So Seth Rollins' hatred runs deep, and especially for CM Punk and calling him a cancer and things like that. And people are wondering, like, is this real or not? Now, for me, I personally feel like that Seth does kind of feel this way, but at the same time, I think the way that he reacted to it was a work. I don't think it was absolutely 100% true, because I believe that Seth Rollins is a professional, right? I understand that he's had back and forth on Twitter. He had a reaction with the fan at the end of his Hell in a Cell match against The Fiend when they went back and forth. But he's been in WWE so long, you don't really hear that much about him doing anything unless he's trying to defend the company. And I think around that time that he got into it with that fan, he was probably upset because he had pride of the company. It had nothing to do with something seriously, just personal. And I know him and Cody almost had a fight and things like that, but we never saw it. You know, we never saw it out in person. We never saw it during the show. So for one, I think Seth is too professional for this to be something that's real. But outside of that, I don't think that Triple H would hire somebody knowing that this would piss off Seth Rollins this much and affect people in the locker room this much. Now, if this was Vince McMahon, this was a year or two ago, or any time that Vince was over WWE, yeah, sure, then that would make all the sense in the world, because Vince don't care. He just cares about money. And obviously with this situation, Triple H said in the press conference that it's important to grab somebody like CM Punk because he gets people talking and he can't ignore that. But I think that Triple H is more respectable, more noble than Vince McMahon, to the point where he's not going to try to ruin the entire locker room to bring somebody in there just for money. I think Triple H is way beyond that. So I think they're going to use this as a work, to use this, you know, to kind of start a storyline, to probably start a thing where, you know, like Seth Rollins and they did with him in Matt Riddle, when they had that whole feud, when they had that split screen. I think that they're going to try to do this whole, not exactly the split screen, but a few between the two, where they take something from real life and kind of apply it to a fake storyline. I'm sure Triple H brought him in and had him like make amends with people and told him like, hey, if you screw up, you up out of here. Like, I feel like Triple H is a lot more noble than allow that to happen. So anyways, beyond that point, let's just talk about these other matches really, really quick.